against Frankie Archuleta, our 12-round super bantamweight main event coming up later on Showtime. But first, an invitation to those of you with internet access to visit our website at show.com. There you'll find records and bios of tonight's fighters, as well as information on all upcoming Showtime boxing. Also, my broadcast partner and pal Steve Farhood will post a fight preview on the Monday prior to each ShowBox telecast and answer select questions from boxing fans. So join in on the interactive experience just by logging on to show.com. Once again, the address is sho.com. Now it's fight time here at the Fernwood Resort Event Center. We begin with Scott Depompe and Carlos Vilches in a 10-round matchup of 140-pound junior welterweights who took far different roads to get to their meeting in the ring here tonight in Bushkill, Pennsylvania. Scott Depompe should have his own apartment here. The Paterson, New Jersey native will be making his 9th appearance in this building. Depompe got a late start in amateur boxing at age 19, won a state Golden Gloves title, and has fought almost strictly in New Jersey and Pennsylvania since turning pro nearly 8 years ago. He lost 2 of his first 7 fights, but hasn't been beaten since November of '95 and carries a 17-fight win streak into the ring. 30-year-old Scott Depompe is 22-2 with 9 KOs. Take us behind those numbers, Steve.
Well, Scott Depompe's been on the shelf. He's fought only 3 times since 1999, and his last start was 10 months ago. Advantage Vilches. Weak opposition. Depompe's mark of 22-2 is impressive, but his last 10 opponents had a combined sub-500 record. His most recent win was his best, a split decision over Lou Bizzarro, who was 12-0 going in. And home field advantage. Depompe is comfortable here in Bushkill, where he's fought 9 previous times. Make no mistake, he is the big local favorite.
He will be facing a man who's come a long way to meet him. Carlos Vilches is from Mendoza, Argentina, in the foothills of the Andes. As an amateur, he faced Cuban slickster Yoel Casamayor and sparred with Pablo Chacon and Raul Balbi. His only loss since turning pro in September of 1996 was a second-round KO suffered at the hands of the rugged Balbi. Vilches is making his North American debut tonight and fighting for the first time outside South America. He's 34-1-2 with 22 KOs. What do you see behind those numbers, Steve?
Carlos Vilches is a proven warrior. He's been in with some of the best fighters in his native Argentina, including Silva, Paz, Omar Weiss, and former world champ Balbi. Unlike Depompe, he's already established himself. More experience, even though Depompe turned pro 2 years before Vilches did, the Argentinian has fought almost 100 more rounds. Advantage Vilches. And Dusty Passport, 35 of Vilches' 37 bouts have been held in Argentina. The other 2 were in Uruguay. This is his first fight outside of South America. Big advantage Depompe.
And so, from the event center at the Fernwood Hotel and Resort in the Poconos, it's time for junior welterweight Scott Depompe and Carlos Vilches to get it on, 10 rounds or less. Let's formally meet them both as we go up to the middle of the ring and Dean Stone.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to you, and we welcome you to the Fernwood Hotel and Resort, Bushkill, Pennsylvania, where main events, Miller Lite, and Showtime No Limits present ShowBox, the new generation. All bouts are sanctioned by the Pennsylvania State Athletic Commission. Chairman, Chuck Bednarik. Executive Director, Greg Serb. Ladies and gentlemen, this match is scheduled for 10 rounds in the junior welterweight division. The 3 judges scoring this bout on a 10-point must system will be Bill Flasser, Dave Greer, and Bill Nealon. After the bell rings, your referee in charge of the action, Frank Cappuccino. Introducing first, in the blue corner, wearing black, weighing in at 141.5 pounds. His professional record, 34 victories, 22 coming by way of knockout, with only 1 defeat and 2 draws. Ladies and gentlemen, El Hijo de Santa Rosa, La Pampa, in Argentina, presenting the Argentinian junior welterweight champion, Carlos Wilfredo Vilches. His opponent across the ring in the red corner, wearing red and black, weighs in at 140.5 pounds. His professional record, 22 victories, 9 coming by way of knockout with 2 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, from West Milford, New Jersey, presenting Scott Depompe.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. You were both giving me your instructions. Touch gloves. Touch gloves. I'll leave it with you.
Not much in terms of numbers to choose between these two. The real difference, experience. The 206 professional rounds for Vilches, only 117 for Depompe.
Rules: the Association of Boxing Commissioners, most notably no 3 knockdown rule, no standing 8. Only the referee stops the fight. In case of accidental foul, they go to the scorecards after the 4th. Before it, it is ruled a technical draw. Frank Cappuccino is our man in the middle, and we are ready to go. Carlos Vilches is in the black and moving forward. Scott Depompe in the black and white with the red stripe, flicking the jab out, trying to measure his man. The combination is just short. Vilches doubles up the jab, and back with the counter comes Depompe.
Depompe's problem up to this point has been balance.
Wild shot.
See if he keeps his balance, especially when he punches.
So far, he's been elusive because Vilches hasn't come close. There's the pumping the double jab. Now they've both touched each other. Nice counter left by Depompe, but he backs off after it. Vilches absorbs a right hand. Steve, watching Vilches warm up, and of course it's different on the pads, he really smoked the jab.
Stop!
So it looks like he's a heavy enough hitter.
It's funny. I can't get out of my head the fact that I consider Vilches, who's younger, to be much more the man in here because of quality of opposition. Depompe just hasn't really fought anybody worthwhile. Vilches has been in with the best fighters in his native Argentina.
And he's been 12 several times. Scott Depompe, stamina not an issue, and there that right hand again as he turns and fires and lands. Missing with the combination, but Vilches just bullying his way in rather than firing anything.
Depompe doing a good job of keeping the fight at a distance because clearly Vilches wants to cut off the ring.
Depompe in the corner now and clinches, and Cappuccino breaks them. As we approach the minute mark here in the first round. There goes the jab by Vilches. And Depompe hangs his chin out there dangerously.
Break.
Work the body, Scott. Come on, brother.
No. Break.
Work that body, Scott. Come on now.
Both guys are really counterpunchers. And
Stop.
Depompe, strictly a counterpuncher, and Vilches, although he's being aggressive, I call him an aggressive counterpuncher. So it's really who can time the other guy's jab and who can get the right distance to land the straight right.
And they talked about that in the meetings yesterday, taking Vilches out of his rhythm. And so far, Depompe has. I have him winning the first round.
Break.
And as we go to the corners, the interesting thing to note, Vilches to the corner and Scott Depompe. He's got 2 champions in his corner now. Eddie Mustafa Muhammad and Buddy McGirt.
Don't get wild and crazy. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Okay? Let's keep the jab working. And he's trying to load up on you. Okay? Just step around him. Okay? Keep him stepping. Okay?
Stop pulling straight out, Scott.
Okay?
Stop pulling straight out. All right?
Relax, baby. Relax. This is
Steve,
nothing.
you talked
This is a
about
gym
Depompe,
workout.
both of these guys
Okay?
being punchers.
Yeah, Depompe with a left hook. Vilches opened up there with a couple of good jabs, and there it is. But his fist was a little flat, and as a result, he didn't really turn the punch over.
Lenny DeJesus, who's in the corner of Carlos Vilches, said He's been working with him a month here in the States, trying to turn him into an American fighter. More angles, not as straight up, stand up. And he hopes he's not going to revert back to that European style. But again, he said, we're in no hurry. It's round by round. At the same time, they know they have to look spectacular.
Well, they're fighting in the other guy's hometown. Let's face it. If Vilches doesn't make the play, he's not going to get a decision. He has to think he needs a knockout. Good right hand by Depompe.
Pompe's movement is troubling Vilches. As you said, he's stalking, but he can't really set up and do that kind of damage because Depompe really isn't there to be hit.
Yeah, he's a good athlete, Depompe. You can tell. He's quick. And around these parts, he's known to be a guy who's usually in good fights. And the funny thing about this fight is that if this is a real good fight, Vilches stands a better chance to win than Depompe because that'll mean there are a lot of exchanges, and you have to figure that would favor the Argentinian.
Vilches in the black, yet to rev his engine, and there he's in front as they battle. The fiercest exchange of the fight there, and it's Depompe clinching.
And a cut.
There's some blood under the left eye of Carlos Vilches. He is stalking with intent now.
Usually the blood from a cut under the eye is not a factor. It only becomes a factor if eye swells up.
Depompe with a nice counter to the body there. Again, the strategy on paper was to go more to the body. Pretty good pace here. Depompe keeping his distance. Running into a clinch there. Booming left hand from Vilches, who eats two right hands and goes down.
Amazing. We did not expect that.
It didn't look like there was a lot on those right hands, but if you catch a guy right.
He caught him on the button, right on the chin.
And now the blood is really streaming off the cheekbone, the left cheekbone of Vilches.
Depompe can't get too excited now. He's been fighting a very effective fight by sticking and moving and countering. He's coming forward.
Vilches' attention, respect. And now he is slugging and he rocks the Argentine with a right hand.
Right back, Vilches. This is dangerous for Depompe. He's been down. It's not like he has an iron chin.
10 seconds to go. And another right hand soaked up by Vilches, who still continues to come on but looks wild at the bell as he starts back to the wrong corner. So Vilches in perhaps a bit of a daze as we see him sit down on the stool. A big round for Scott Depompe. Roberto Perahonte has been with him from the beginning.
Stay calm, stay calm.
Bad round all the way around for Vilches.
Come on.
First he gets cut. You see his left cheekbone already a little swollen. And that's the punch that opened the cut, that right hand. And boy, could Vilches have thrown wider shots? You see, he landed, but then he left himself open. Yeah, he left himself open. His hands were flailing, and two straight right hands by Depompe. Another look at the knockdown here.
And Depompe's been off his stool for 15 seconds as he is out and ready to fire. Got to be careful, though. Vilches, the main instruction from the corner, be calm. Don't lose your composure. You've lost 2 rounds, but certainly not the fight that's scheduled for 10.
And I give Depompe credit. You know, we often hear about fighters waiting for mistakes. Well, when Vilches got knocked down, the reason he got knocked down, his left arm was just extended. He wasn't punching. He was just out there. He wasn't defending himself, nothing. And Depompe took advantage of it.
Right.
Piece of cake, baby.
Steve, I agree with Depompe fighting an intelligent fight. Not trying to get ahead of himself, knowing that he's got his man seriously out of his rhythm. But at the same time, content to counter at times, not always having to make the play. He's not forcing the issue. But he is making this fight.
A couple of things I'm not thrilled with from Depompe. One, his mouth is open. That's dangerous. And two, he's kind of measuring Vilches with that left hand instead of snapping it. He's using it as a measuring stick, and that can be dangerous because Vilches throws a right hand over the top. Boom.
Big thing they're working with Vilches on is combinations. Not to be so robotic with just the jabs and maybe clutching after a right hand. We haven't seen much of a three in the way of combinations from the man in black. Depompe stands and slugs.
And that right hand he landed was as good as anything that produced the knockdown in the last round.
Vilches looks a little dazed. And a big right there. And there comes the blood again. Quick combination. Depompe's hand speed's fairly impressive. He said he's worked on his explosion because I never thought he had that great a whack based on what we've seen of him in several of his fights. But he's got a personal trainer now, and he's worked on. Eddie Mustafa Muhammad told us they're just working on better balance and all that kind of leverage that he needs to put something more behind some of these punches.
Interesting reason why Depompe's had trouble with balance. He's pigeon-toed.
Which makes him a little awkward if you got to fight him. Another right counter. Depompe not waiting. And Steve, I think that's the key. In the fights we saw of Vilches, he waited too long. He's got to make it happen a little bit more.
Well, he can't seem to get on the inside here because Depompe's either using his legs to get away, or in that case, he spun Vilches. Smart fight by Depompe. It's the only way to put it at this point.
Depompe on the ropes here with an uppercut and then a left. But here comes Vilches trying to pull his man into the blue corner at the bell to end round 3. So a sense of frustration, Steve?
Perhaps he had a chance to get on the inside and couldn't do much. You're okay.
Give me a towel. It's all right. It's all right.
Goes around the chest.
Okay. Vamos. It's all right.
Vilchesito, está haciendo la pelea de él. ¿Qué pasa?
What's going on? You're doing his fight.
Ya abre todo. Baja la barriga.
Open up with the jab.
Dos para la barriga, bien dado.
And then you come down.
So let's see here at the end of the round whether Vilches was hurt. And he took a right hand to the top of the head, and I think that's why he bowled Depompe into the ropes. I think he was actually a little stunned there. Almost a second knockdown in 3 rounds.
Scott Depompe has made this fight, and the instructions in Carlos Vilches' corner is press the issue more, and it's got to start with that jab. Depompe down there as he backpedaled and took a glancing right hand.
Yeah, it didn't look like much. It's a flash knockdown. I don't think he's hurt. Nonetheless, a knockdown.
And very important for Vilches' confidence and certainly on the scorecards if this goes 10. Depompe defiant, though, as he's back up and firing.
Break.
That got Scott Depompe's attention. Vilches is in the black, chasing his man. Depompe in retreat, trying to set up and
Come on.
watching here a lot.
A lot of swelling under Depompe's left eye now as well.
Now Vilches trying to force his muscle and impose his will here as he wrestles Depompe around the ring again. Depompe not punching, Steve.
Depompe has to be careful not to move directly back. Yeah, he got a little unhinged by that knockdown.
He did.
And he got hurt by a right hand a little bit later in the round. All of a sudden, it's as if somebody turned a switch. And it's all Carlos Vilches.
And there's that long overhand right from Vilches as he begins to find the range.
And Depompe cut almost exactly in the same place that Vilches is cut. A line of blood going down the left side of Depompe's face now.
Come on. You got to stop wrestling.
Fight rolling at a pretty good pace. Junior welterweights at 140 pounds, and out comes the mouthpiece of Scott Depompe.
Time.
And they will call time,
Over there.
Frank Cappuccino, as they reset
Come on.
the gum shield of Scott Depompe.
Keep your chin down, Scott. Chin down.
A little dangerous there, huh? Cappuccino waved them together, and Depompe had his right hand adjusting his mouthpiece. That could have been disastrous.
There's Vilches again, banging with the right hand. And we see that Depompe is cut under the left eye, as you said, Steve. Trying to fight back, but getting out overpowered here, it looks like. And there goes that right uppercut from Vilches, as he has stolen the thunder from Scott Depompe of Paterson, New Jersey.
Vilches just seems so much stronger right now in comparison to when Depompe hurt Vilches. Look at how
there's the combinations, the left uppercut, the right cross.
And Vilches going to the body, too, something Depompe didn't do when he had his man hurt.
Big round for Carlos Vilches, but back battle Scott Depompe. Trying to close the round with some conviction and give his opponent from Argentina something to remember. Vilches likes it. And why not?
Hey, Bill. Scott.
I gotta see that cut. I gotta see the cut.
Okay, so that was
I see the cut right now.
How you feeling, Scott? Okay, listen to me. Relax. You pull it straight back. Okay? You gotta move to your right. Stay low. Okay? You let them load up on you now, Scott. Okay? Don't get crazy.
Cut man is Danny Milano.
Where's that good boxing at, baby?
Okay. Dig deep.
Footwork. Footwork, champ. Come on, baby. Take something.
Check the eye, Doc.
Yeah, it's all right. As long as I can control it.
Steve, each guy has been down once already.
This right hand that Vilches lands doesn't look devastating right there, but again, it was right on the jawline, and Depompe just didn't react well when he got up.
You think part of it was his feet being tangled up? I'm not sure, but it was a definite enough of a punch, huh? And charging out of the corner is Carlos Vilches in black. As he senses he has Scott Depompe in retreat. There goes that hard jab and that strong overhand right that misses. A different Carlos Vilches as he begins to open up with both barrels. But let's see if he can hit the mark.
Perhaps the difference in class beginning to show. Depompe has sparred with world-class fighters and champions. Vilches has fought world-class fighters and champions. Big difference.
Depompe's got to keep his poise under fire here. But Steve, do you sense that he's badly shaken? He's bleeding.
Yeah, those cuts aren't terrible. He's got at least 2 cuts. Who knows, maybe 3. His face looks like he's been in a 15-round fight. But this is where the jab, which was really ineffective even when Depompe was doing well, this is where the jab hurts him. He's not scoring any points with the jab. He has nothing to keep Vilches off. But
that was a nice left counter.
He's going to
I think you woke him up, Steve.
He's going to have to do it with power shots because his jab is not effective.
Here comes Vilches. Straight right hand. Right hand catches Vilches. Depompe now trying to set it in motion with the offense. As he moves away and now peppers Vilches. Blood streaming down the side of Vilches' head.
Stop!
Both guys somewhat of a mess already. Not halfway through this fight. Both been down. Carlos Vilches of Argentina in black. Black, white, and red. Got Depompe of Paterson, New Jersey.
Gotta stop holding.
Vilches looking to his corner and Lenny DeJesus for instruction. Never a good idea to turn your head on your opponent.
That must have been going to the body because he is unloading down low. And there's the body shots from Vilches. Not all of them getting through.
Let it go. Stop.
Advice for Vilches is to keep moving. Get on your toes a little bit.
Break.
Keep your chin down, baby.
Break.
good fight, Steve, because these rounds are really moving. You look at the clock here and see 15 seconds to go, and it feels like it just started.
Well, both guys down. They both had 10-8 rounds, but at this point, Vilches is clearly in control.
Stop. Break. Step
Depompe,
back.
though, not shaken. Very anxious to fire back. Not able to hold off his man. Give that round to Vilches again, huh?
Close round. Yeah, Vilches didn't do much, but Depompe left.
So how do you have it halfway through, Steve Farley?
I'm heading up 46. I still have Depompe ahead by 1 point.
You're starting to get together again, okay? Don't lose your composure.
It's a little nick. Don't even worry.
Don't even worry about it. Now listen to me. As you go to your right, you're going to load up for the right hand. Okay? Don't have that chin in the air. Okay? Don't have the chin there. One more. No. One more. I'm sorry. One more. Okay. Don't have that chin in the air. Okay?
Head up. Let me work on it.
Come on, Scott. Chin down, champ. Chin down. Okay, listen.
Nothing, baby. No
Be
bleeding.
smart. Okay? Now you take a deep breath. One more. Okay, now listen. Okay, you're coming back around now, okay? Okay. Okay. Yo, keep that jab going. Step more to the right. Hey, Scott, when you get inside, whack your body something.
Okay, Buddy McGirt telling Scott Depompe, get that jab pumping, and when you get inside, go to the body. Let's see if he could execute, because Vilches again out with renewed vigor. He knows he's stolen the momentum of this fight. As they go to the sixth, and Vilches double pumps the jab. Depompe with the jab, but not with much conviction on it, Steve.
Now, even when he was doing well in the first couple of rounds, his jab was totally ineffective. Now he's firing it backing up, which means there's virtually nothing on it. Unless your name is Muhammad Ali, you really can't score effectively with a jab when you're running backwards.
Vilches has definitely accelerated the tempo here, but he walked into a right hand there as he got careless. Got to keep punching. Here come the body shots as they tangle in the middle. Nobody punching now. Change of jabs. And Vilches with a booming right hand and a solid combination there that forces Depompe to retreat. Depompe wild with a right.
And because Depompe's shots are wild and wide, when they trade, Vilches is almost always going to land first. Again, Vilches looks to his corner.
Depompe is short with his right hand and off balance. Vilches with a right to the body that stunned Depompe.
Well, the timekeeper started counting there. Cappuccino made no signal. It's not a knockout. Depompe really reaching a lot now. That's dangerous. That's real dangerous. Vilches has been guilty of doing the same thing.
Scott Depompe in white and black looking seriously out of sync here in the sixth, scheduled for 10. Carlos Vilches asserting himself once again. Blood streaming down the face of Scott Depompe. He's cut under the right eye.
That's 3 cuts. One on the bridge of the nose, one under the left eye, one under the right eye.
He's got the kind of bone structure that's conducive to cutting.
High cheekbones, right? Yep.
But those are solid shots. Vilches seems to relish the role now.
Yeah, he's smiling.
Of the true aggressor. Digging a couple of hooks, crunching to the body.
Stop.
Depompe looked like he was hurt by that left hook to the liver right there about 5 seconds ago. And Vilches senses it, goes right back there.
Depompe out swinging. Getting out gunned here again in round number 6.
Get away, Scott. Come on, wake up, Scott.
Let the doctor look at that cut.
To the eye. On the right. The one on the right, I want to say.
Take a deep breath, Scott. Hey, Scott.
Yeah. It was below the eye. Yeah.
Much better this round. Keep moving.
How about the one on the left? How's that one?
Keep moving to your right. Okay, now,
I got
he's
it.
low enough for the right hand. So don't have your chin in the air, Scott.
2 cuts, but they're all right.
Okay. How you feeling?
Thank you, Doc.
Okay. Better condition, Scott. Wake up, baby. Wake up in there. Another one.
Buddy McGirt telling Depompe to move to his right. The reason is he doesn't want his fighter moving into that right hand of Vilches. You just saw it there, and again, that's the big shot. If Depompe moves to his right, he'll be out of the range of that right hand of Vilches.
Exactly, Steve. But the important thing, Scott Depompe needs to get the offense back on track. And just by moving, you're in a survival mode, which isn't going to win this fight. He's behind now.
Well, he's moving backward a lot. He has 9 knockouts and 22 wins. That doesn't suggest that he has the type of game to come back from this kind of... But keep in mind, after 6 rounds, I have this fight that even because Depompe had such a good start.
Depompe just flicks the jab.
Something we're seeing, Nick. Al Sturdo, who worked with Depompe for most of his fights, told me that, for the lack of a better term, Depompe has the cojones of a lion, and I think we're seeing that right now.
Stop. Step back.
Pompe's got to find it and put something together again. And he gets blocked by a right hand. He looks stunned.
Yeah, he looks ready to go, and you know what? He didn't listen to his corner. He's been moving to the left.
That right hand is a looping right.
Break.
Pompe the worse for wear in this slugfest.
Hurt again by a right hand. He has nothing on his shots when he fires.
And he's taking a beating.
Yeah, it's up to Vilches right now to initiate exchanges, even if that means letting Depompe hit him.
Now,
All right, both inside.
a couple of razor sharp right hands to the body by Vilches. He'll take more steam out of Scott Depompe's engine. Minute to go in round number 7. Steve, it's a guy that prides himself on being in great shape. Shape was never an issue for Scott Depompe, but look what's happening to him. He's falling apart here based on Carlos Vilches' two-fisted attack.
Yes, and Depompe's chin right now, as Buddy McGirt made reference to between rounds, is up in the air. That's inviting disaster.
And his hands were down
No.
as they approach the 30-second mark. If Vilches pumps up the volume here, there's a suggestion he could close the show here. Scott Depompe doing nothing in terms of offense. Bleeding from the bridge of the nose, under the right eye as he soaks up more heavy shots. And he is hanging on. Will he get out of this round?
Break. No.
And only the clinch will save him here. As Scott Depompe looks fairly exhausted. As Vilches has taken the lead on everybody's card, I would think, Steve. Certainly yours there.
That was close to a 10-8 round.
Look at me. Scott, listen to me. I don't like what I'm saying. Okay? I'm gonna stop it, Scott. Okay?
Right.
I'm gonna stop it, okay? Scott, I can't let you go like this. Please, Scott. Okay? Ref. Yo, ref.
They want to stop it.
Here we go. That's it. Come on.
They've asked to stop it. Buddy McGirt told Scott Depompe, I want to stop it. I don't like what I'm seeing.
You know,
good call.
Interesting, though, the way McGirt worded it. Scott, I'm going to stop it. It's as if he wanted Scott to tell him, no, don't. And he didn't get that answer. As a result, he did stop it.
I had you for a little while, right? Thank you.
End of the 1 round.
So it ends after 7 here. Carlos Vilches not getting the warmest of receptions. But he is a clear winner.
I have no problem with the corner stopping the fight. I think basically what happened is that Depompe's spirit was sapped out of him by Vilches' punching.
But I like the fight, Steve. As we look at what happened here, I like it in that it was almost two different fights, but Depompe did make some noise early, but here we see down the stretch.
Yeah, watch when Depompe gets hit. Look where his chin is. It's up. His hands are down, as you referred to before, Nick, and his chin is up. When your chin is up, you're going to get hit with solid shots. And that probably was a 10-8 round, and Buddy McGirt just saw enough. Wild right hand by Depompe. That allowed Vilches to land his own right. Great effort by Depompe. He was just outclassed, and he wasn't strong enough. Again, he was flailing at the end, Depompe, and McGirt saw that.
Luck to you. Oh, wish you good luck. God bless. God bless. Carlos.
Carlos Vilches came from Argentina to make his North American debut here in Bushkill, Pennsylvania. A long way from one mountain range to the other, Steve. We're in the Poconos here, but he made a statement.
Well, Vilches said if he won this fight, Zab Judah might be next, and I'll tell you what. You know, he earned a shot at Zab Judah. He earned a move up in class.
As we go to Dean Stone, who makes it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, acting on the advice of the ringside physicians, Scott Depompe no longer able to continue this evening. The time comes at the end of round number 7. Your winner by TKO de Santa Rosa, La Pampa, Argentina, Carlos Wilfredo Vilches.
Vilches with conviction. Our main event is next, featuring the undefeated Emmanuel Acero taking on Frankie Archuleta. Super bantamweight fight scheduled for 12 rounds. That's the boxing on tap here in the Northeast and the Poconos. But later tonight, the action moves to the desert Southwest as Showtime Championship Boxing presents this doubleheader. Our Steve Albert has the particulars from Las Vegas.
Hi,